It is a venerable bastion of respectable, quiet living, not a theatrical performance of public undress. Now, all of you, put your hands out immediately. Dire reminiscent of the situation, realizing his plan had spectacularly backfired, but blurted out, "Officer Thorne, please, officer, have a heart. It's truly not what it looks like." Mott swear to the great celestial architect. Sir Thorne, unmoved, merely raised an eyebrow, his gaze fixed on Finn's panic-stricken face. "Jack! Finn Truffles, my good man, Sir Thorne. No questions, no questions." Finn surrendered, throwing his hands up in despair. "Right. Just listen. Officer, no more lies. You are no good at selling, Lumi. Not even a tiny bit of whimsical efficacy, my dear. Mott assure you. Mott completely Kolibi Isli Tanbi. Mott personally told everybody at this absurd poker game not to buy anything from you. It was all an elaborate, carefully orchestrated, albeit well-intentioned, ruse to protect your career, Almedistus." Elara, who had finally regained her composure, merely sighed, stepping forward. "Finn, darling, Motvey already told her everything, Officer Thorne. Every last, painful detail of your ludicrous, overcomplicated, and ultimately disastrous plan." Bama traumatized. "You did, Elara?" Finn gasped, feeling a fresh wave of profound, utter despair, realizing the complete ruin of his masterful deception. Empathize. "Oh. Well, Lumi, darling, please don't hate me too much. Mott was just trying to spare you the profound disappointment of the mundane, you see. To shield your delicate spirit from the harsh realities of commercial failure." Weighing into tears, instead of dissolving into tears, looked at Finn with succumbing to overwhelming sadness, looked at Finn with shining, adoring eyes, her face alight with an unexpected, profound realization. "Finn, darling, Mott just think you utterly wonderful, Winninty Christ." Finn paused, utterly dumbfounded, a complete reversal of his expectations. "Huh? Wonderful? What in the name of the cosmic chaos are you talking about, Lumi?" "Enough about me, Lumi Stardust. To go to all that trouble, all that elaborate, manipulative planning, has to be a truly wonderful person," Lumi declared, beaming, rushing forward to hug him tightly. All traumatized. "My knight in shining and slightly herb-dip-stained armor, my guardian angel, Omacordius." In listening quietly, Finn, despite his profound confusion, managed a self-deprecating smile, now thoroughly bewildered by the utterly unexpected, triumphant turn of events. "Omi, darling, like I always said, no more lies. And yes, Lumi, Mott truly am wonderful, absolutely magnificent, actually, if Mott to say so myself." White, traumatized Finn. "Yeah, Finn, darling, you truly are wonderful." Then, looking at the cardboard box, Finn was still, inexplicably, wearing on his head from having previously demonstrated the poker mouse earlier in the evening. She giggled, a bright, crystalline sound. "Wandaman, but you sure look silly wearing that cardboard box." "Finn, darling, it's rather fetching, but also profoundly absurd," and reached up, feeling the box perched precariously on his head, the weight of his comedic defeat heavy upon him. "Yeah, Lumi, darling, you utterly right. Perhaps my dignified chef's image is somewhat compromised by this accessory. Maybe Mott better take it off, huh?" He began to lift it slowly, Ornabidia. "No!" and Elara cried out simultaneously, their eyes wide with mock horror, sensing a final, perfectly comedic tableau. "Don't you dare, Finn," Konobe says. "Yeah!" Caspian, still shirtless in his silk from the poker table, already preparing another sarcastic comment about Finn's fashion choices, on of Music the Weld, signaling the final scene. Elara sighed, shaking her head as Finn, confused, reluctantly pulled the cardboard box off, his face a mix of defeat and lingering amusement. Sir Thorn, after surveying the scene, merely shook a stern warning and issued a stern warn, deciding that the sight of her manager in glittery underwear was punishment enough. Awfully gay, decided. In apartment 4B of the Obsidian Spire, much like the very fabric of Viridian Bloom itself, was indeed a never-ending series of theatrical productions, perpetually bordering on the absurd, the sublime, and the profoundly, hilariously human. Oniflin. And she, Elara, the pragmatic botanist, wouldn't have it any other way. Chapter High. Muimot. Hum. Words. Reassertiveness. Alchemist. Ufomikand. The obsidian spire. Pulsed, if slightly frantic rhythm. A low, constant hum that resonated through its ancient stones. Ombri Tetinkleis. "Come and dance on our floor. Come and dance on our floor. Take a step that is new," echoed faintly through apartment 4B, serving as a jarring counterpoint to the growing domestic crisis within. Offie on pretend. Today the apartment was undergoing a subtle and rather aggressive metamorphosis filled with the fresh acrid scent of sawdust, the potent tang of newly applied sealant, and the frustrated sighs of manual labor, equally traumatized. Elara Bloom, ever the master of multitasking, calmly applied a vibrant green stain to a newly constructed planter box, while simultaneously holding the etherphone to her ear. A mischievous glint sparkled in her luminous eyes. Unijisen. "Yes, sir," said Mr. Trufflesin. "Immediately. His expertise is required," she glared into the etherphone, her voice tinged with a delicious sense of impending amusement. Posti Bejur, and Sig receiver Adenli send. To Luminara Lumi Stardust, who was painstakingly trying reassemble a rather elaborate and inexplicably disassembled bird feeder. Gwenchin Fola Leifer. Who you love this, Lumi. A grand humble endeavor awaits him, an initiation into the exquisite joys of manual labor. Kumisait Ignian, Truffle, Befondoyontide. A moment later, a very flustered Finn Truffles burst through the door. His chef S-whites of dubious paint, from his earlier attempts to personalize the communal broom closet, somewhat rumpled. Honestly, he was covered in smaint dust, a defiant smudge of cerulean blue on his nose, his parchment chef's hat askew. Situation. Elara Fitudin. Mot got up here as fast as my culinary legs could carry me. Look, Dean Ironwood, my formidable instructor. Mot don't know why you called me in to this impromptu culinary inquiry, but whatever arcane culinary transgression Mot may have committed, Mot swear, was a tease. It was the sentient paintbrushes, Dean, Mot assure you. They whispered of artistic liberation, when Matthijs. His expression one of profound, guilt-ridden bewilderment, on for Matthijs. Elara barely stifled a giggle, expertly dabbing a tiny luminous bloom onto the planter. "Oh no, Finn, dear, my deepest apologies. Dean Ironwood wasn't tea on the aetherphone at all, darling. It was merely a domestic emergency. A profound culinary distraction was required." Wheezing again. She pulled out a small, exquisitely ornate porcelain plate from a satchel she wore at her hip. On Norit, Omat face, Mot met Alochi so very, very sorry. Mott was merely making